Rock and Roll Geek Show 1381.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original rock and roll geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Saturday, April 19th, 2025, and it is 6:40 p.m., a very rare nighttime show. I used to only do nighttime shows. Now I'm mostly do them in the daytime because I'm up in the mountains, but tonight I am doing a show at night like the old days. And like the old days, I'm in San Francisco, California. And like the old days, I'm here all by myself, just me and my daughter's dog. I have been here since Sunday of last week, and my daughter is gone to Gilroy to celebrate Easter with the in-laws, and my son-in-law is in Las Vegas for WrestleMania. So I'm here dog sitting for my daughter and enjoying a weekend all alone and loving it, as Get Smart says, Maxwell Smart says. And to celebrate, I'm going to take the first sip of the evening. Fine Modelo in the can. This is actually probably my fifth beer of the day. I went and had lunch today with my good friend Chiaki, and we had Asahi Draft from Japan. Went to a place called Genji and had a great Japanese lunch and drank some beers. Him and his lovely wife Bealle. So here I am doing a show, friends. I was not planning on doing one, but I figured why not? I got Saturday night to myself, and might as well turn on the machine and hit record. So that's what I'm doing for you, friends. And last show, I promised you I was going to do I didn't promise, but I said it's about time for me to do the, pardon me, I'm burping, it was fine, Modelo. It's about time for me to do the Thundermother versus Gems track by track. So as promised, I'm gonna knock that one out. Since I had nothing else to do a show on. Well, actually, I got a show review and a few other things as well, or maybe one other thing. I don't know. So last weekend, I played my very first rodeo in my entire life, the Cal Poly Rodeo down in San Luis Obispo. If you're on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group and you've been paying attention, maybe you saw photos of some of the clientele at the rodeo, and let me tell you, the clientele was pretty, if you get my drift. It beats the hell out of playing metal shows with fat dudes in Motley Crue shirts, man. I tell you that. I'd much rather play for cute girls in cowboy boots any day of the week, but I had a good time. Cal Poly is in San Luis Obispo is about, let me back it up. San Luis Obispo was about 7 hours from the Mountain House. The day before the rodeo, I met up with my friend Casey Crenshaw, who, by the way, I just posted a Please Kill Me radio to the Rock and Roll Geek feed, so you'll get a couple of shows on the feed in the next day or so. You just got one from Casey, and you'll get another one from me, unless something bad happens with this episode, which I don't hope it won't. I'm using the Tascam Mixcast 4 with no backup recording, so let's hopefully everything goes smoothly. So I went to Reading with Casey to see Buckcherry and Steel Panther. Billy got us on the list. They were playing the Reading Civic Auditorium, and I had to leave super early the next morning because I had to play a rodeo with the country band, Chad Bushnell. And so we got a hotel, the Thunderbird Lodge in Reading, beautiful downtown Reading. And went and had some food at a brewery, food and a couple of beers, and then we went to the Reading Civic Auditorium. Billy put us on the list and got us backstage, and pardon me, I'm coughing up this fine Modelo. Let me take a sip so I can cough and burp some more. This is the first time ever seeing, well, that's not true. American Heartbreak played with Buckcherry, but this is the first time ever seeing Buckcherry with Billy in the band. They were good. They use no speakers on stage. They use all modelers, even the bass player. The bass player uses a Kemper. I don't know if this is a secret or not. Billy didn't tell me to keep it a secret. Billy uses a Quad Cortex modeler. The other guitar player, Stevie D or whatever his name is, I did not meet him. I think he uses a Quad Cortex as well. The bass player, I did meet him. He used to play in Goldfinger. I just found that. In a band called 22 Jacks, who American Heartbreak played a lot of gigs with. This guy, Joe Sibb, was the singer. And he plays a Kemper, rack-mounted Kemper. It's kind of like mine, except mine's powered. And he introduced us to the guitar tech who does the bass and Billy, because they're both on stage right. The bass player had this thing called what was it called, a backbeat or something. The guitar tech was showing me, because Billy told him that I was a bass player, and well, anyway, he used to play in a band with me and Casey, and I was the bass player. Casey was the guitar player. So he's showing me what the bass player uses, because they have no cabinets on the stage, so all they can hear is on their in-ears. And he showed me this thing the bass player had called a backbeat. It goes onto the back of his strap, and he said it makes you feel, it tricks you into thinking that you have an SVT behind you pushing air into your back. So when you're playing, you don't have any sound on stage. The only thing you're hearing is through the in-ears. You're not really getting the amp pushing air. This is music talk for all you, in case anybody here is not a musician, but it tricks your brain into, this is what he told me, tricks your brain into thinking that you have a stack of bass cabs behind you, and it's pushing air into your back. So you feel like you're playing with a full stack behind you, and makes it, you feel like you're actually rocking out, because these in-ears, when you have no cabinets behind you, can be tricky. When I'm playing with Chad, he makes me be really, really quiet on stage, and I have to crank it through the front, through my wedge. Take another sip of this fine Modelo. I'm not used to having a bass coming at me from the front. When I play with the Butlers and Manitoba and everybody, I'm blasting from behind me, and so I don't have anything in the monitors, any bass. Now, Chad makes me have the bass turned down completely low to like you can't even hardly hear it on stage. So I have to have it cranking through the monitors. So I'm thinking that this thing might be a good idea. He let me try it. It pushes, man. It's like a subwoofer that is on your strap. So it's kind of like pumping. I guess it's kind of like a mini bass cabinet on your guitar strap. I've never heard of this thing before, and I started looking it up. It was a Kickstarter project, and I think the thing's like $400 or something. Quite interesting. If you're a bass player, I would suggest you look into it. I'm looking into it, and I'm going to throw it out to the universe that maybe I'll get one. We'll see. I got to get some money before I can get one, but yeah, that was quite interesting. And so Billy showed us around. You walked around, showed the hang out by the gear buses and all that. And they had a Biome band. I forget what they were called. We saw like the last song of them. Buckcherry was good. They put on a rockin' show. Billy's great on stage. Billy's living his dream, and I'm happy for Billy. I stayed for like 4 songs of Steel Panther. They also don't have any cabinets on stage, and the only difference is they use backing tracks as well. I started watching a couple of songs of Steel Panther from the monitor, from where the guitar tech was, because after Billy played, we went backstage and hung out by the trucks and got some air. And by the time we got back in, Steel Panther was playing. And from the side of the stage, it sounded like nothing. It was completely quiet. It's the strangest thing I've never dealt with that, with not having cabinets on stage. They had no monitors on stage. It was all coming through their in-ears. So it was a really weird situation. When you walk out the front, it's full-on blasting. So it's kind of strange, but I enjoyed it. I had to leave like four songs into Steel Panther because I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to be on the road by 6 because I had a 2:30 load in to the rodeo, the Cal Poly rodeo. So I had to get moving because it was like a 7-hour drive from, it was like a 6.5-hour drive from Reading. And I wanted to make sure I got there on time. I got there on time, set up at the rodeo, and I posted a couple of pictures. I'd never played a rodeo before, but that was one night I wanted to check off the bucket list. Been to a couple of rodeos, and I always have a good time when I've seen the rodeos, the bull riding and all that stuff. But I've never played the after rodeo concert. The way it was supposed to happen, as soon as the rodeo was done, 5 minutes later, the musical act comes on this big stage, huge stage. It was like a concert stage, and I got stuff in my mouth. Sorry, I just had Kentucky Fried Chicken for dinner. When you're staying at the house by yourself, sometimes you live in the bachelor life. I didn't feel like cooking. I just went and got some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Wasn't that great. I had a coupon. I went to get roast duck, but they were out of roast duck at the Chinese place down the street, so I had to settle for Kentucky Fried Chicken. So the way the rodeo worked. As soon as the rodeo was over, they give out the awards, and then they open up the gates, and everybody in the crowd, the rodeo was sold out, by the way. There's, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people or something in this rodeo. They opened the gates and let everybody go onto the field where the bull riding and stuff is. I think they cleaned up the poop and all that. I don't know if there was any poop, but everybody rushed. They open up the gate, and everybody comes out on the field and watches the band from the field, and the place got packed. I would say there's probably maybe a good 70% were girls under 30, and they love the country music. And we had a pedal steel player and a violin player. The pedal steel player was like 75 years old, and the violin player was the pedal steel player's friend. He was also around that age, older dudes. And then the usual band, me, Chad, the drummer, Gino, and the guitar player, Steve Black, who's a great guitar player. And that Chad guy's a ripping guitar player, too. Everybody in this band is like world-class musicians. It was a great time, man, and everybody was into the band, and they loved it. And I didn't have a panic attack this time because I was a lot more comfortable with the songs, and I had a great time. Everybody loved it, and afterwards, we're all staying at the same hotel, and right, the room next to us were the two old guys, the pedal steel player and the fiddle player, and they were hanging out outside. So, hey, guys want to have a nightcap? Because I always bring the red cooler full of beer. So I brought my beer over, and they were drinking wine already. So we hung out at their hotel, and I just sat around and listened to them talk shop, these old pros, and it was nice hanging out, talking music with these old veterans. I feel like I'm learning so much by doing this, and I'm enjoying it. I hope they're enjoying playing with me. I told these guys how much of an honor it was to play with them and how great the musicians were. And the fiddle player said he liked playing with me too, and I had great energy on stage and all that. So that was cool. So that was my weekend, and it was a great weekend. Little Buckcherry rock show, and followed by a country show. Then I drove back up to San Francisco, and stayed here. I had to do a paint job, and now I'm watching the house for my daughter. There you go. There's a little update on my life, friends. Now, before we continue on the show, let's play a song, okay? Here's a brand new song from New York City's Wildlife, from Wicked Cool Records. I'm going to read you the press release here. Dizzy, the new single from New York City's Wildlife, is a swaggering love letter to Britpop's MTV glory days. The new LP Sorted is out May 16th. They are young, loud, sweaty, snotty, irreverent, catchy, and clever. This is a proudly, unabashedly, unapologetically, and frequently shirtlessly a rock and roll band, says the Jersey Beat. All right, some plugs. From Thrasher Magazine, their trunk is full of contraband, and these dudes are on a mission to set the world ablaze with their songs. Like the New York City heroes before them, Wildlife are real, raw, and don't follow the straight and trendy trail to please the masses. They play rock and roll that makes your heart beat faster and your fists scream. Your fists scream? All right. If you don't know, now you do. Welcome to the Wildlife, says Thrasher Magazine. New Noise Magazine says, with a unique blend of classic punk, glam, and power pop, New York's Wildlife is just good old-fashioned fun rock and roll. It's hard not to feel a sense of nostalgia in their music, even if it's a nostalgia for a time you've never been to. All right. So they sent the new song. They're playing May 17th at Bowery Electric with The Ravagers and How Tragic. There you go. Record release for Wildlife. Fueled by infection. I'll just read the rest of their press release. Let me take another sip of this Modelo here. Fueled by infectious riff, shout-along choruses, and undeniable charm, Wildlife delivers a sound that nods to the golden age of 70s punk, glam, rock, and power pop. Their music crackles with raw energy. All right. Reflecting on the new single, Dizzy, vocalist Dave Friedman says, in writing Disney, we just wanted people to have the feeling of coming home from school in 1995, turning on MTV and hearing some tune from the UK. Personally, I never want to lose that feeling or exit that headspace. We always told journalists we love Britpop, and we did it way before it was cool. Here you go, folks. Here's our love anthem to Britpop. Our new song, Dizzy. Okay, let me rewind it here. Okay, Dizzy. I'm playing it from the YouTube.
Looking out my window.
There you go. Brand new Wildlife. I like that. Okay. All right. So when I was here, by the way, I will thank the donors coming up soon. So if you donated to the show, I appreciate it, friends. I'll thank you personally in a few minutes. When I was working, I was painting a house, or not a whole house, but I was doing some painting in San Francisco. And when I was painting, I listened to the new Gary Holt book on Audible, and I enjoyed it. It was a quick listen. I got through it in 2 days of work, and because I only work like 6 hours a day, so I got through it in 2 days. And during the part of the time, I got a mention in the book. He talked about me in the book. So and some people asked me some questions about the what he said about me, and if it. Jim S., the rock and roll toothbrusher, asked me if, because in the book he says that I came in during before Force of Habit and during the Impact is Imminent tour. Just listen to a little bit of the book. We might as well listen to me. All right, Phil Hendry. Little nod to Phil Hendry. We might as well listen to him talk about your friend Michael Butler.
For Toxic Waltz.
Oh, by the way, he's not doing the one reading. Remember, if you listened to the episode, he said that this was the guy he thought sounded the coolest of the ones they presented him with. He does read the introduction, and Kirk Hammett reads the forward. The forward was good, and I'm kind of glad he had a guy reading it, because when he was reading Gary's reading the introduction, this guy sounds like more of a pro reader than Gary. Although the writing of the book was really good, and it's a really fast listen. I recommend it to everybody. But here's the part where he starts talking about your friend Michael Butler.
Liver Toxic Waltz Part 2 on Impact. We delivered the start of Exodus's foray into longer epics and super brutal shit with scattershot vocal melodies.
I think he's referring to the writing of Force of Habit. Oh, maybe not.
It's fucking bludgeoning and ugly and not all
he's talking about Impact is Imminent.
Catchy. The timing of this was made all the worse by the fact that when it was completed at the end of January 1990, everybody who'd been part of the journey to get us signed to Capitol was gone. Our A&R rep and good friend Rachel Matthews, the head of A&R, and the president, all gone.
Okay, what happened? All right.
They were replaced by people who had no attachment to Exodus whatsoever, musically or emotionally. The new people at Capitol were now like, who's this band? Not a good start for our major label career. Without crucial label support, all we could do is go out and tour once the album was released. Before that, though, we needed to replace Robbie. For the first time ever, we did real auditions. Rick and I each had guys we were grooming for the
They're talking about auditioning bass players, okay?
Audition. Mine was my best friend, Jimmy Lappin, who I'd known since we attended Helms Junior High and Richmond High together. He was there through the whole backyard party, and had even played guitar in a band called Fuhrer with Exodus's original bassist, Carlton Melson. I really wanted him to get the gig, but Rick really wanted his guy to get the gig, and we ultimately decided that we would hire neither, because we didn't want them to be my guy or Rick's guy, or one of them to join Exodus.
How I found out about the auditions were this guy Danny from he's in the local metal scene. Danny DeWald, he calls himself Stuttering Danny D. He had not a podcast, but like a cable access show called Reality Check, and he called me up and said, "Hey, Exodus is looking for a bass player." This was when I was when Stevie Sletto had just broken up, and I was playing with my friends in this band called Man on a Stick, and so that's when I found out about the audition. So I just learned the song. I called Tony Isabella, the manager, and she said, "All right, learn these songs, and we're holding auditions on this day." And okay, back to you, Gary.
We wanted someone who maybe didn't have a specific allegiance one way or another.
That was me.
Sadly, Jimmy passed away a few years later, and I was a pallbearer at his funeral. One of many friends I'd lose to drugs over the years. We didn't have the same kind of cattle call Metallica had when they replaced Cliff Burton and ultimately chose Flotsam and Jetsam bassist Jason Newsted. But we did have a like-minded goal in a way. We had been joking that we were looking for what Rick and I called the Newsted chin.
Did you remember, if you listened to the Gary Holt interview, one of the first things I asked Gary was, I heard that I got the gig because I look like Jason Newsted, having no idea that he was going to talk about this in his book. So that was pretty cool.
Jason had that granite chin that just stuck out, and he had that fucking intense look. In walked Mike Butler.
There you go.
And Rick looked right at me and went, "It's the chin! It's the chin!"
I do remember that. That is true. As soon as I walked in, he goes, "The chin, dude!" And I'm like, oh boy. They see my chin.
Right off, Mike had that granite chin that we wanted in our bass player. Mike later told me that he fucking got totally self-conscious when we said this.
That's true.
And thought we hated his chin.
That's true.
Actually,
Also,
it was the chin that got us interested.
there you go. Chin
Then he
got
put
me the
on his
gig.
bass, and it was hanging right down at his knees.
There you go.
We thought, all right, this guy's punk rock as fuck, which he was.
How about that? Yeah, see, I've been saying the last couple of shows, I said the guitar player for Chad said, you used to play punk rock, huh? And the sound man, you used to play punk rock, huh? So let's back it up. Let's hear Gary say it again.
And it was hanging right down at his knees. We thought, all right, this guy's punk rock as fuck.
That's me.
Which he was. He used to be in a band called Stevie Stiletto and the Switchblades, and he was killing it in the audition.
There you go.
He came in and just had the look, had the chin, had the low bass. His bass sound was great, and he was a great guy.
That's
Perfect
me.
fit. But
Gary doesn't talk bad about anybody in his book. He's very gracious about everybody, except for one band that they were on tour with. He says bad about it, and he talks a little bit bad about Century Media. But other than that, he's nice about everybody else.
early 1990, Exodus was a substantially different band from just a few years previous. We now had a new bassist to accompany our new drummer. One evening in February, when Johnny was in town from L.A., he and I went to see Macaulay Shanker Group at the Warfield in San Francisco. Because Exodus were managed by Bill Graham Presents and they owned the Warfield, I'd walk in and be handed a 3-foot-long strip of drink tickets.
Same thing happened to me. I used to get in any show, any Bill Graham show I wanted. When I got in Exodus, man, I came from punk rock and I was living the dream. And they said, any show you want to go to, it's a Bill Graham show, just let us know. We'll get you on the list. And when I would go to a show, especially at the Warfield, they would hand me a fucking thing of drink tickets. Like you said, 3 feet long. And there must have been 40 drink tickets. At $10 a beer, that's like $400 worth of drink tickets. That's $10 back then. They're $20 now. I was loving it, man. I was loving it.
I'd be carrying the strip over my shoulder like a fucking jump rope.
Yeah, me too.
Who wants a drink? Needless to say, Johnny and I got hammered. Chapter 15.
Okay. That's the first time I'm mentioned. Then I'm briefly mentioned when Exodus breaks up. When he's going to reform Exodus.
Down. Once I was ready to start playing music again, the first person I reached out to was Tom. I didn't want to reform Exodus. That was a done deal as far as I was concerned. But he was by far the best drummer I knew, and we understood each other on both a personal and musical level. Since we were just planning on jamming, no pressure to tour or whatever, he was eager to reconnect, and his previous issues with panic attacks weren't a concern. The music Tom and I were working on was heavy and a little bit Pantera influenced. I think part of me subconsciously was trying not to be thrash in any way. For this music, I didn't think we needed a second guitarist, which was a first for me. When it came time to find a bass player, I reached out to Exodus's last bassist, Mike Butler, but he already had a bunch of projects going and was...
All right. That is not true. I'm going to let him finish talking here. Let me back it up.
The music Tom and I were working on
Oh,
was
back up a
heavy
little too
and a little bit Pantera influenced. I think part of me subconsciously was trying not to be thrash in any way. For this music, I didn't think we needed a second guitarist, which was a first for me. When it came time to find a bass player, I reached out to Exodus's last bassist, Mike Butler, but he already had a bunch of projects going and was living in San Francisco. We wanted someone on our side of the bay, so we held auditions for both bassists and vocalists.
All right, that is not entirely true. The band he had, who he was forming, was called War Dance, and I was actually practicing with War Dance. I was actually playing in the band with Gary, and I was doing a bunch of projects at the same time. And one night I showed up to practice and completely was not prepared, and he could tell I was not prepared, and I fucked up rehearsal. And the next day, I got a call from Gary saying, "You're out of the band. Come get your shit, and bring me back the shit that we loaned you in Exodus." So that is not true in his book. But again, he didn't want to talk bad about anybody. But that is not the way it happened. I was playing in War Dance and showed up unprepared to a practice and got let go. And then shortly after, they reformed Exodus and they kept Jack Gibson. I'll let this
New band was going to be called War Dance. Oddly enough, we found our bassist when we were auditioning a vocalist, Sean Smithson,
If only
who'd been
I
in
would
a
have been
local band
prepared.
called Grinch with Chris Contos. We'd liked Sean's voice on the Grinch demo he'd given us in advance of the audition, but he showed up and didn't sound like he did on the demo, so it ultimately didn't work out. But he brought along his bass-playing friend, Jack Gibson, whom we didn't know, to the audition. Jack saw a bass rig in the rehearsal room, and he was like, "I play bass." Next thing you know, Jack's in the band.
There you go. All right, a little excerpt from the Gary Holt book, which is called Fabulous Disaster from the Garage to Madison Square Garden the Hard Way. If you're a fan of rock bios and memoirs, I highly recommend it. It's got a lot of good stories in it, and it's a very entertaining read. There you go. He did mention me in the book, and I appreciate that, Gary Holt. All right. Why don't we, let's do a show review from the rock and roll Bryan Cranston, Bruce McMillan, and then we will carry on with the show.
Michael Butler, Bruce McMillan here. How's it going?
Good. The rock and roll Bryan Cranston. I'm super great. Couldn't be better, Bruce.
Rock and roll banker from San Antonio.
Wait a minute.
Michael
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, that's not the rock and roll Bryan Cranston. Bruce McMillan is the guy who gave me the San Antonio Cook's Cookbook. I am all fucked up. I'm sorry, Bruce.
Michael Butler, Bruce McMillan here. How's it going?
I'm super great.
Rock and
Couldn't
roll
be better.
banker from San Antonio, Texas. Met you during the tour with Handsome Dick
Yes.
when you came down here. How you doing? Just
I'm
want to
super
check.
great. Couldn't be better. Thanks.
That's great to hear. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a
By the way, Bruce, thank you again for the San Antonio Cook's Cookbook. I'm enjoying it.
show
I'm a collector of cookbooks.
review from a band that I don't know if you really even like them that much, but we're gonna do it because I'm the producer today. Damn it! So
There
that's
you
just
go.
the way it's gonna go.
There you go. Man.
Gonna see if I can do a decent production thing here, and if it doesn't work out, well, don't play it. Went and saw Blackberry Smoke for the 5th time at Flora's Country Store in Helotes, Texas on March 29th, 2025. And I love that band. I think they're friggin' really talented. And I've had the pleasure, literally, of being front row all 5 times. The first time, I was kind of on the right side of the stage, leaning against the stage with my head in a speaker. Basically, it was louder than hell. And they're getting more and more popular. So it used to be standing only, room only at Flora's Country Store, outdoor venue, pretty cool. It's like
I think Blackberry Smoke are kind of a big band now, aren't they?
15 minutes from my house. And as bands get more popular, they'll put up some seats, and you pay an extra $20 or whatever. So I've done that the last 4 times, and that's still general admission. But anyway, I get there early and get to the front, and I've literally the last 4 out of 5 times been front row center. So great band. I'm going to send you some videos too that I took during the show on your email, so check those out. Maybe it'll change your mind. So anyway, I don't know how many, I cracked a beer here. I don't know how many beers this is because I've had a few.
There you go. That's my boy.
Tim, the rock and roll runner, got my moniker. That's how I said, well, I guess I'm going to be the rock and roll banker. I'm a runner too, so this morning I went and ran a half marathon.
Nice.
And I got first in my age group.
Nice.
So I've been drinking a few beers since then.
First in the senior citizen
And then
group.
came home and did some work, yard work, drinking some more beer. And I thought, oh, you know what? I haven't done a show review in a long time, so I'm going to do that with Mr. Michael Butler.
I appreciate it, friend.
And anyway, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Try to make this good. So the show was opened up with opening band. His name was Brent Cobb and the Fixins. Turns out Brent, you know, Blackberry Smoke is kind of Allman Brothers Southern rock. So Brent Cobb is kind of in that vein, country rock type stuff. He's good. Liked him. Turns out he's written some songs with some folks, and one of them he wrote with Blackberry Smoke, Charlie Starr. Just go on YouTube and check out Charlie Starr, and I mean, the guy's just so talented. It's just ridiculous. And anyway, here we go. Let Me Help You Find the Door is what they opened up with.
Hey,
Here's a little taste of that.
Good. Oh, good. I don't have to look for him.
I mean, come on, man.
That's good. I like it. I'm into some Southern rock.
Next song is I'd Be Lying. Here's a little taste of that.
All right.
You know, they got 3 guitar players, keyboards, obviously bass and drums. Just so
I'd be
good.
home every night. Breakfast in bed, I won't ever fight. Say I'm wrong when I know
That sounds like
I'm
Kid
wrong.
Rock.
Baby, I'd be lying.
Yeah, sing it, Bruce.
One of the cool things about, like I said, about this band is, you know, with any band really, you go to these shows and you see the same people. I've gone to this venue and seen these guys 5 times, and I see some of the same folks every time. And so there's this dude, his name was Rick, and I've seen him a couple of times, and he lives in California and part-time in Costa Rica, I think. And, you know, I guess he flies around and
Follows
checks
the
out
band.
Blackberry Smoke.
Huh.
So he and I actually ended up in the second row when I got into the venue. And I'm looking around, I'm like, some bitch. I mean, like, that's a problem, right? Second row. But it was, I look up, and Rick's in the front row, and he saved me a seat. So, again, 5 times front row center, bought him a beer. I mean, it's such a
nice.
good show.
Bringing friends
next
together.
Song was, did I say six Ways to Sunday? Here's 6 Ways to Sunday.
Sounds a little like the Black Crowes. Didn't they tour with the Black Crowes? I think they did.
Probably shouldn't do every single song, right? Because we'll be here all night. I'm not going to edit this because I've been drinking.
Yeah, this is going to be a 3-hour show.
I just thought, what the hell? I need to send Michael Butler a little something. So, next song. Did I say good one coming on?
No, you did not.
Production's going to suck. I'm kind of going back and forth. But this one's a good one. Awesome lyrics. So check this out a little bit.
99-cent butane lighter, Lucky Strikes and a fifth of Patron. Ice down that igloo cooler, take a guess at all to do her. I can feel a good one coming on.
Come on.
Come on.
And that's just the lyrics. You got to see Charlie play lead and Paul Jackson
I love
play lead
the
and
enthusiasm,
slide.
Bruce.
I'll try to send you some of that, like I said, via email. Check that out. You're in a country band now, so you should like this.
That's right.
The
email
rock.
he sent me, I do like the country rock, Bruce. He sent me the email was just focused on the singer's cowboy boots.
Right? Whatever.
Because I've been talking about buying some cowboy boots. Actually, I bought some on Poshmark, and they have round toes. And I looked at them and said, man, these things look kind of homosexual. So I relisted them on the Poshmark. So look for me on Poshmark. I got a pair of cowboy boots for sale up there. So still looking for a set of cowboy boots.
Gosh. Hang on. I guess I won't go over all the songs, but next one, Brent Cobb, the opening act, came out. This was a song that they wrote together called What You Know Good. Let's see.
They have a song called Dig a Hole. I'm on the Apple Music. They have a song called Dig a Hole. I hope they played that one.
If I can find that. It was good. I mean, you know, it was good. It's not the best, but it was good. So anyway.
My problem with urination.
Commercial. Hang on.
What?
Hang
problem
on.
with urination.
All right. What You Know Good with Brent Cobb. See, there's some slide with Benji Shanks, who's in the band.
Come on
So
down
good.
if you get the chance. Stay a while, roll up your
Pain.
pants. You don't have to know how to dance. Just follow your heart and your
So good. Hang on. Next song. Again, I guess I won't name all the songs because you don't know them all.
I don't know any of them, but I like what I hear, especially now that I'm playing
This
country.
good one called Run Away From It All.
standing on the bridge, see the water keep flowing by.
You know, I got to look at my notes that I sent to my friends because they threw in some. They always do. They always do some covers, not necessarily the whole song, but in the middle of a song, during the breakdown, right? They'll go into some other stuff. They're big into Tom Petty. I've seen them do that. Songs from Petty a number of times. Black Sabbath. I mean, I remember one time when they broke out into The Wizard, which was like my favorite Black Sabbath song. So that was freaking great. That was 2 or 3 shows ago. This one they played, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window by the Beatles. I think they played the whole thing. They did Little Feat, I forget which one. I mean, a couple other covers, but again, they don't like, okay, we're going to cover this band song. They just like in the middle of one of their songs, they'll break out and go into something else for a minute or so and then back into theirs. Again, they're music fans just like us. and they're real knowledgeable. So anyway, what else can I say? Great show, fifth time, front row, which, I love seeing the whites of their eyes and watching them make the chords, and a lot of fun. What else? Oh, I almost forgot. I got when Brent Cobb, the opening act, finished and exited the stage, I got they had 4 or 5 set lists taped to the floor. And one of the roadies, when they were breaking down, I asked him for the set list, and he gave it to me. And for the first time, I got one from Blackberry Smoke, too. So at the end of the Blackberry Smoke set, they, kind of their head, I don't know if you want to call him roadie, security, his name's AJ. He's almost as popular as the guys in the band. He was tearing up the set list from the floor, and everybody's, trying to get him to give him one. And sometimes he'll roll them up in a ball and chuck them like a baseball. And he did that, but for whatever reason, bad throw. It ended up, they have a little barrier there that might be, I don't know, maybe 2 feet from the stage.
Yeah, barricade.
It landed over the barrier, and then he threw some guitar picks too, I guess. So I jumped over the barrier, grabbed a set list, grabbed a pick, jumped back over. My buddy Rick, who I said I've met at a few shows, he was like, holy shit. So I gave him a pick, and I hung onto the set list, so that's kind of cool. I'll put that in my man cave. So anyway, just wanted to give you a show review. Hopefully the production was half decent.
Good job, Bruce.
We will go out with a little Blackberry Smoke in the background. Anyway, good stuff, man. Happy for you that you are enjoying your time with your guy. Sorry, I forget his name. And you played a song on the last podcast, and I thought it was pretty good. I live in Texas, so I'm a rock guy, but there's obviously a lot of country around here. And when you played that song on your last podcast, I found myself humming along and thinking about the song later on. So good on you guys. Enjoy. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope all the rock and roll geeks are doing fantastic. And stay frosty. Right. Later.
Thank you, Bruce McMillan. I really appreciate it, friend. It's nice to hear from you. Keep in touch, friend. Super nice guy. Him, Michael Street, and the rock and roll Brian Cranston, we all hung out together. They were practically the only ones at the show. But fortunately, the Manitoba shows have gotten better since then. We're going to Spain, by the way, in 2 weeks. I'm leaving May 6th to go to Spain with Manitoba. We're doing 9 shows back-to-back in Spain. That should be quite an experience. I hear that the Dictators do well in Spain, so hopefully Manitoba, people will know that Manitoba was a singer for the Dictators. All right, what I'm going to do, I need to go get another beer. 'Cause Martina, they took over this bedroom, and they unplugged my beer refrigerator, so there's no hot, cold beers in here. So I have to go out into the garage and grab a beer. So I'm going to grab a beer, take a piss, and then we'll come back and thank some people for donating the show, and then we'll do the track-by-track battle between Thundermother and the Gyms. Let's play Dig a Hole from Blackberry Smoke. The title is near and dear to my heart. I've never heard this song, so hopefully it's going to be a decent song. Here you go. Dig a hole, friends. Dig a hole. Dig a hole.
Pockets or where you give, dig a hole. Yeah, dig a hole. Big man, little man, pulling on a dollar. Fork in the road, man, who you gonna follow? Right man, wrong man, down to the wire. Where you speak the truth with your feet to the fire, dig a hole. Yeah, dig a hole. Oh, dig a hole. Hey. Left man, right man, is it your turn? Are you gonna stand back and watch it all burn? I ain't much, just a simple country child. Give me an inch and I'll take a country mile. Dig a hole.
There you go. Blackberry Smoke. Thank you, Bruce McMillan. Dig a hole. I don't think... Stop. Kill it. I don't think he's talking about the same subject line when I dig a hole, but who knows? Maybe he is. All right. Let's thank some people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Let me find something to play here. Oh, I got brand new Strains is not out yet. Our friends the Strains who supported Manitoba on the Midwest tour. They have an album coming out. Album release date April 15th. I don't think it's out yet because he just sent it to me like 2 days ago and says that no one has this yet. So let's play new Strains in the background. The new record is going to be called, I don't know, it just said Strains second LP pre-master. It's SoundCloud link. So let's start off with the second song, Blinded. Blind. All right, thank you to Thank you to everybody who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show this month. As you know, it's a value for value, so if you get any value out of this show, friends, donations are getting smaller and smaller, so maybe no one's getting any value out of this. Who knows? But the people who did donate, I appreciate it, friends, because you're keeping the show alive. The following people donated this month. On the Patreon, patreon.com/RNRGeek. My bodyguard, Joe Paulak, $16.66. He's going to see, I saw him, he's going somewhere tonight. See somebody, and I forget who it was. I'm blinded! Dan Garawan, $15. Kirk Crawford, $12.77. Fred and Jenny Bunky, $10. Patrick Shanahan, $10. This is my favorite Strange song that they played live. Fred and Jenny Bunky, $10. Patrick Shanahan, $10. Cole Thornton, $9.99. Brian Springer, $8. John Scott, writer of the great book Tom Petty and Me, $8. Michael Street, friend of the show and friend of mine, $7.50. Dave Slusher, jumped ship, but he's still donating $5.55. Shaki Hinahara, who I had lunch with today and I had dinner with the other night, we met my son's girlfriend, and I've never seen him with a girl, but he's got a girlfriend, and he introduced us to her. I'm not going to go over that on the show, but that was, she was nice, but it was, I'm not used to seeing Brian with a date. But we all had dinner, had hot pot, it was great, and we got wasted. Chucky Hinahara, $5. Midaki Metal on Instagram, he goes by. Daniel Borden, Shitty Dude, $5 donation. Eric Klein, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Kalali, $5. Nadi Itani, $5. Paul Smith, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve T. Steve Trice, $5. Eric Stoll, $4. Mike Hellier, £4. Dan McBride, $3. Mark Mazzei, $3. Mike Dixon, $3. Adrian Boschon, Boss Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which I did not create, but I do approve. People just got to answer 2 questions that the sheriff made up so that we know you are not, I don't know, I haven't been watching the news lately. So we know you're not a bot. Adrian Boschon, $2. Amy Bowen, $2. Eric the Rock and Roll Plebe, $142. All right, next song, Depression. Amy Bowen, $2. Eric the Rock and Roll Plebe, $142. 3 Legs, 4 Wheels, $1. Arnie Stash, $1. Piotr Wojciechowski, $1. That's everybody who donate on the Patreon. Venmo, my favorite way because they don't take any fees and it goes right to me. I have a Venmo debit card. It goes right, pretty much right to me. Tim Schall, $50. Save the show, Tim Schall. Greg Brofer, $20. Still praying, Greg. Michael Stitik, $19. Richard Fusey, the sheriff, $11.11. Also, $10.70. Thank you, Richard Fusey. And finally, Steve Cohen, $10. That's Venmo. My Venmo is at Michael-Butler-11. How about gag? And finally, everybody who donate on PayPal. Dave Franco, $20. Stephen Laperriere in French Canada, $20. If you're in the Midwest and the Strains come to your town, go see them. They're a fun band. They're great guys, too. And girls. There's a girl in the band. A great group of people. Dave Franco, $20. Stephen Laperriere, $20. Richard Strom, $20. Blake Johnston, the Rock and Roll Brian Cranston, who I got mixed up with Bruce McMillan, $20. Jason Shepard, $10. James Venners, $10. Jeff and Cheri Thieleke, $10. Who I met on the Midwest tour. Super nice guy, Jeff. Todd Cunningham, $10. BJ Lisko, $10. Ralph Miller, friend of the show and friend of mine, $10. William Bealle, $10. Dave Jackson in the School of Podcasting, $10. Andrew Howe, $5. Peter Spark, $5. John Ofenloch, $5. Jayce Lesniewski, $5. Christopher Del Grande, $5. Benjamin Mueller, $5. Vincent Creamy, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Rachel Rosenberg, $5. Adam Croft, $2. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Adam Croft, $2. Did I already say that? Lassie Satvithagen, $2. Stephen Mascord, $2. Brian Gradage, $2. Barbara Burtles Fantacate or Modelo. William Moffat, $2. Kai Matsuda, $2. Adam Gerstein, $2. Philip Vermeulen, $2. Adam Brichet, $2. Dave Alexander, $2. Chad Kiffmeyer, $2. That's it, friends. A little light on the donations this week. That's okay, but without your donations, this show will die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. A little bit more of them while I'm doing my wrap-up here. There's no advertisers on this show, friends. It's all supported by you. So without your support, this show will die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. So please keep the donations coming. If you get any value at all, friends, I'm retired, semi-retired, which means I'm unemployed. And I'm finding it very difficult to live off of my $1,100 a month for Social Security. The bass playing gigs are helping me out a lot, but your donations help me out as well, friends. So, and you can also donate by giving me a show review. Email it to rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Anything like that is helping support the show, friends. It gives me content. So thank you to everybody who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, and thank you to the Strains for sending me this music. Paul, the singer for Strains, super nice guy. They're all great people in that band. Let's let it play a little bit longer. There you go. Thank you, Strains, for sending me that. Appreciate it, friends. All right, ready to do the track by the Thundermother versus the Gems. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. It might be a little dated, but hey, if it is, you already got an hour and 6 minutes. You can kill the show, but you might as well stick around. What else you got to do on a Saturday night? Well, it's Saturday night for me. I don't know when you're listening to this, but all right. The Gems have an album. They're both not new at this point, but the Gems came out with an album. As you know, the Gems, the singer for the Gems, actually the whole band of Thundermother got fired or left, depending on who you talk to, and formed their own band called the Gems. And Philippia, or whatever her name is, the guitar player from Thundermother, got all new members, and she put out an album. They put out 2 albums. Each put out an album around the same time. And yes, I know, I said I would never play Thundermother on the show again. Well, I guess I lied, friends. I don't hold a grudge long. What's the point of holding a grudge? Might as well just move on. If she didn't want to come on the show, that's her business. It's not the end of the world. My feelings were hurt at the time, and I'm just a dumb podcaster. Of course, why is she going to come? What does she need me for? Anyway, So somebody got an idea. Hey, why don't you do it? Why don't you do compare albums between the Gems and and Thundermother? So that's what I'm going to do using the Rock and Roll Geek scoring system. And is my iTunes crashing? Okay, no, it's not. Good. On the Gems album, which is called Phoenix, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 songs and a bonus track which is an acoustic version of one of the songs. So there's 15 songs from Gems. The Thundermother album, which is called Dirty and Divine, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs. So I'm going to have to do averages. In math, as you know, ain't me forte. So already I'm thinking maybe the Gems have too many songs on their album, but I've not listened to the whole album from either band. I'm a little behind, but hey, this is the time to do it, friends. So we're going to compare songs. We'll do the first 10, and we'll see where we are, and I guess we'll try to do math on the show, which is... I'll try to bring up my calculator. All right, first song from the Gems is called Aurora Interlude. That means it's probably a filler tune, like an intro, so maybe we won't count that one. Let's listen to it anyway. Aurora. Yeah, filler. So this one doesn't count. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, come on. Oh, brother. Okay, I'm going to have to pause it here. Can I pause it? How do you pause it? Let's see if I can pause this. I'm going to have to restart my fucking iTunes. All right, let's try this again. Restart the iTunes. All right. Aurora Interlude. All right, so this is filler. I'm not going to count this song.
We dance in the rain. When the storm is raging, we dance in the rain. Thunder and lightning won't put out our flame. We'll dance in the rain till sun is shining again. In the face
For some reason, this reminds me of Feather Witch.
rise up again.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's an album opener. It's like getting people riled up. An intro to the album. I like it. And this girl is a great singer, Guernica, however you pronounce her name. Guernica? Guernica?
Our future is shapeless. We mold it by hand. Forged in the waters like a gem in the sand. A gem in the sand, like a gem in the sand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Gems. All right. Here we go. A little like Tie Your Mother Down. The song is called Queens. Good riff.
What does it take to be the one that everybody knows? How does it feel to walk on these old dusty roads? Whoa, here's to all of my queens. Stick together, queens. Always and forever, queens.
All right, girl power. We get the message. Girl power. I like the riff. The vocals are great. The song is not the super catchy song. It's okay.
Here's your all of my
The girl's got a fucking great voice.
Stick together, queens, always and forever, queens, we salute.
Let's get it to the solo. The bass player is now the guitar bass. She was playing bass in Thundermother. I don't know her name, but she is now the guitar player in Gems, and I think the main songwriter.
The greater destroyer, a savior, the greater desire, a ferocious roar. A queen is a
I like
warrior,
this.
not afraid to fail, who turns pain into power, reign and devour. A queen is a giver, loyal and faithful, forgiving our deeds and sins with grace. A queen is the champion of love and understanding, whose pressure makes diamonds bright and sublime.
Okay, all right. I can't play the entire song because we got two albums played. So we'll be here all night, and I don't know about you, but if I'm here all night, I'm going to be wasted, and I can't do that. So I'm going to give it a soft +1. It's okay, but had a good guitar solo. I appreciate the message, and she's got a great voice and a good riff. So I'm going to give it a soft +1. All right. Now let's move to Thundermother, the opening track. So Close. Now, right away, that's a great riff. The girl in Thundermother, the guitar player for Thundermother is more of an AC/DC riff writer. I kind of like the vocals on the Gems better, although this girl's a decent singer. That riff is a great riff. That's a catchy riff, man.
And that's the case. Oh yeah, it's a chance to redefine. I'm gonna cross the finish line. 'Cause I'm so close, it's so far. I'm getting all so close, but it's not me up again. I'm so close, yes, so far. I'm getting all so close, but I make it in the end.
All right, okay, I'm going to see if we can get it to the solo. Now, I don't think the girl in Thundermother's a ripping guitar player as far as solos, but maybe the solos are great. Let's listen. We'll get it back.
I'm getting all in my standing there by.
No solo, really. All right, the Thundermother is a little bit more anthemic, although Queens is kind of an anthem too, anthem to women. They're neck and neck. I'm going to give that one a soft +1 as well, although that guitar lick is super fucking catchy. All right, second song from Thundermother, Can't Put Out the Fire. Oh, another good riff. Great guitar tone. That's AC/DC all the way there.
Hey daddy, can I join the army? I think I'm ready. Ooh, I think I'm ready. Ooh, honey, don't you worry, baby. I think you're ready. Ooh, I think I'm ready.
I don't know about these lyrics, but man, that guitar playing is good.
To the front row. I'm high, I'm in the scene. I got a chance to go to the big show. But that was only the beginning. I said, whoa, can't put out the fire. Whoa,
man, it's got the flip, 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 flip. She's total AC/DC.
That's right.
Good, catchy riff.
Hey, baby, can I tell you?
Okay. Whew. Great guitar lick, man. The song's not the greatest, but I guess I'll give it a +1. All right. Second song from the Gems. All right. It's going to be difficult. I got them both in the same playlist. Send Me to the Wolves.
Send me to the walls, I'll break out. Ricochet, out for blood, nothing straight, grace of God.
I can see where this is going already. Thundermother is built around the guitar riff. The Gems is built around a vocal intro.
House of lies, paper thin, cold as ice, melting sin.
Guitar tone on the Thundermother way better than the Gems.
Lord of lies, pay to win, demon
Both girls sing great.
nice, conjuring. Take my crown, show your teeth, burn me down, I love the heat. Send me to the walls, I'll break out. Can't keep me down now. Send me to the wolves, I'll break out. Can't hold me down now. Heaven bound, I see the gates. I fill my eyes with love and hate.
That's a good guitar riff too.
Like a ghost, I'm haunting you. I see the sky, it's shining blue.
That's a good guitar lick.
Greedy nose, dirty mouth, basic bitch up in this house. Perpetual liar, I'm full of shit.
I don't love the song, but it's got its moments.
Send me to the walls, I'll break out. Can't keep me down now. Send me to the wolves, I'll break out. Can't hold me down now. Heaven bound, I see the gates. I fill my eyes with love and hate. Like a ghost, I'm haunting you.
Shit, I want to give it a half, but that guitar lick is great. I'm giving it a +1. Fuck it. All right. Third song from the Gems, Domino. A little more bluesy. She seems to be a little bit more influenced by Richie Blackmore.
Pointless, reckless, it's breaking my heart.
I like this one.
Play hard, chasing the fame. Wasted, wicked, throw it down the drain.
I'm liking this one.
Whoa, fake like Hollywood. Whoa, popping champagne like you already know. Falling like a domino. Domino.
Both bands are doing anthemic rock. I like them both. I hope I don't give every song a +1. I don't want to have a 13 out of 12 Thundermother score again. Have to live that down.
Shameless, lose it all to 1, 2, 3.
But I'm giving this one a +1. Fuck it.
Wake up, you're making me tick. Slowly drowning, captain of a sinking ship.
By the way, Guernica, or however we pronounce her name, she's got the most. She's super hot. Okay.
Popping champagne like you already know. Falling like a domino. Domino.
All right, +1. Let's listen to the solo.
You got that thing, no, you can't let it go.
All right, I fucked up. I fucked up and went too far into the solo. Let's back it up a little bit. Professionalism is out of control. All right. All right, +1. Our third song from Thundermother is Speaking of the Devil. High melodic hard rock. Oh, it's pretty good. I was going to give it a half, but that's a catchy chorus. The verse is not that great. But that chorus is 80s hard rock. Speaking of the devil, I'm singing along. It's anthemic. The verse is not great, but the chorus is an anthem. Got a breakdown. All right. I like the chorus. The verses are not great. I'm going to change it to a... fuck. I'm going to keep it a 1. It's very close. It's a soft 1. All that chorus is $1 million chorus, even. Okay. Fourth song from Thundermother, Feeling All Right. I'm feeling all right, man. That's another song. Since you've been gone, out of my head, can't take it. Da-da-da-da. Okay, hold on. Happy is as happy do. What I do is make love to you. Ooh, okay. Let's back that up. Make sure I got that right. I love the harmony guitars.
Happy is what happy do. What I do is making love to you.
Yeah, okay.
Unashamed, I'm feeling okay.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
When you're with me, wanna stay this way forever. So keep the light on, babe, got nothing to hide from you. Don't wanna keep on any clothes that are stripped of you. 'Cause I'm feeling alright. Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm feeling.
It's very cheesy, but it's catchy. No. Come on. Lyrics are stupid. I'm sorry, ma'am, but those lyrics are stupid.
I'm ready for you. I wanna be naked together. So keep the light on, babe, got nothing to hide from you.
Damn, it's a catchy song.
Don't you want me? I want you to. 'Cause I'm feeling alright.
All right,
Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
I can't wait to hear the third verse.
I'm feeling alright when I'm alone with you.
Nothing original about the music. It's another song. It's taken from another song, but she repeats the first verse.
'Cause I'm feeling alright.
Got a breakdown. All right, I got to go with a half just based on the dumb lyrics, but it's a very catchy song. If that had better lyrics, I would give it a huge +1. Am I being a hypocrite just because it's got a couple of dumb lyrics, and I would give it a huge +1 if it didn't have a couple of dumb lyrics? Yeah, I guess I am, but I just don't want to go through another 13 out of 12 Thundermother debacle and be the ridicule of everybody on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. So to keep my rock credibility, I'm giving it a half. Okay, friends? All right. Fourth song from the Gems, and I'm going to have to go refill my beers. Silver Tongue. Bucket the Moon.
Take it, you can't fake it. I'm getting tired of the things that you say. I smell bullshit, it's a hard hit. It's getting harder, can I look the other way? Don't look back, I hear you calling, you're attached. And keep on falling, I keep walking, you keep talking. Just keep on talking, just keep on talking, just keep on talking. Silver tongue, don't say it, silver tongue.
Those lyrics aren't the greatest either, but they're kind of fun.
I don't get it, keep it to yourself and don't forget about it. Silver tongue, silver tongue, silver tongue. Like a fire you desire. I didn't want it, but you did it anyway.
Damn, that girl can sing. The lyrics are not the greatest, but I can fire you desire. But man, she's a good singer.
Pulled me in, got under my skin.
I like how she's doing different. She's lower voice and then high. I like that.
I'm falling deeper and I don't know what to say. Don't look back. I hear you calling, you're attached. And keep on falling. I keep walking, you keep talking. Silver tongue, don't say it. Silver tongue, I can't take it. Silver tongue, I don't get it. Keep it to yourself and don't
I'm giving this one a half too, although she sings like a motherfucker, man.
Silver tongue.
Okay, all right. The answer back with the drums.
Just keep on talking now. Just keep on talking like blah, blah, no, 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 hell no. Just keep on talking now.
All right, I'm giving it a half, so we're neck and neck so far. Okay, fifth song from Jim's Undiscovered Paths.
When life's taking us down undiscovered path. When life's taking us. What has all this led to? A crash party for the hopeless fools like me and you.
is the guitar player for the Gems, is more of a melodic hard rock guitar player, verging on metal. And the Thieleke girl in Thundermother is more of an AC/DC type. Or Malcolm type. I'm veering on a strong half. I could give it a 1.
What time can't heal will serve you well as a protective shield. Go far, dig deep.
Okay. So far, both bands have made a pretty decent album. I'm giving it a strong half. All right. The fifth song from, I hope you're with me on this Thundermother versus the Gems, friends. It'll be a little bit long episode tonight. I hope you're okay with that. Okay. Fifth song from Thundermother is Take the Power. Little wah-wah pedal.
I feel the shiver in my core. I look around and it hurts me. That's swimming in the blood.
She's a badass singer too.
The day of judgment will reveal you. Now time to rise and tear down the wall. We will start a revolution, put an end to it all. We're the people, we're the force. No respect, no remorse. Fight the fight, take the power. The sound of doom is closing in. A screaming anguish, it haunts me. Beneath the blackened sky, slaughtered by the machine. Prepare for retribution. Now time to rise. The empire falls. We will start a revolution. Put an end to it all. We're the people, we're the force. No respect, no remorse. Fight the fight. Take the power. Take the power.
All right, I'm giving that one a strong half as well. It's okay. All right. Next song from number 6 from Thundermother, which we've heard this one before. I think this might have been the first single, and I like this song. I left my license in the future. I'm going to go get a beer while this is playing.
I was born to be a racer, but I never had the time. Caught up in many reasons, been busy staying alive. How did I end up in a white Chevrolet? Don't even know if it's the gas or the brake. I got my backseat moments in the back of my mind. These tickets of a different kind. It's pulling me over, I'm speeding away. I get some serving time. I have my license in the future. Think I forgot it in a bar. I got a hazy, daisy memory.
right, I'm giving that one a +1. Let's move on to the now number 6 from the Gems. This says Maria's Song Interlude. So I'm going to guess that I'm not going to count this one as a song. I'm just going to count this as an interlude between songs. But let's listen to it anyway. I'm kind of liking the concept of the Gems album. I'm liking the just straight ahead rock and roll of the Thundermother album. This album has 3 interludes in it. It's got Aurora interlude, Maria's Song interlude, and Renaissance interlude. All right, next song, Ease Your Pain.
Like a moth to a burning flame, couldn't hide, couldn't stop. All caught up in a losing game, had your fill, had enough.
I like how she pronounces her R's. She's Swedish. Do Swedish people pronounce their R's with a hard R? With a no hard, motherfucker. I like that, though. It's cool.
Tears stream like a waterfall. You're not alone through it all. If I could ease your pain and make the darkness fade away. If I could take
Man, she's got pipes on her.
the blame. If I could ease your pain. Heavy on my shoulder now, let the storm.
Now, see, I would have liked it to go into a full-on blasting rocker right there.
Baby, don't you make a sound. Let me warm up your cold. Let me carry the burden of your soul. You're not alone through it all. If I could ease your
I like it. Power ballad, I like
make
it.
the darkness fade.
Now, if it goes into a super catchy solo, guitar solo,
If I could take all the blame. If I could ease your pain.
she's more of a, I said Richie Blackmore. I think she's probably more of a John Sykes fan. All right, I'm giving it a +1. We're neck and neck. Next song from the Gems, Running.
Filthy, boony, fabulous, freaking fantastic. Think it's all real cause it's so romantic. Painting up pictures so glorious and great. Smiley, happy faces in wonderful places. It's all about the light, so sad and crazy. Most of it is all
Crazy.
bullshit and fake.
Crazy.
Do We keep running, 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 running from the truth. We keep running, 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 running from the truth.
All right, so far I'm leaning towards a half.
It's all or nothing at all. The more we play the game, the harder we fall. So sick of all these thirsty, shallow snakes. What is one and who are we? Living like it's real in this fantasy. Time to go upgrade and forget about the flakes. So what do we do?
All right, let's get into the solo. See if we can find a guitar solo here. I'm not loving this tune. Okay, decent enough solo. I'm giving it a half. All right, number 7 from Thundermother. Let's see, where were we? Left My Light. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, Left My Lights in the Future was the last one. Dead or Alive! Oh, good riff. That's DAD right there. That's just like, or very similar to Sleeping My Day Away, isn't it? Back it up. Let me take it over again. Isn't that similar to Sleeping My Day Away? But it's very catchy. I used to party around the world with the magic in the air. Is that what she said?
I felt at ease. I had cash to burn without a single little care.
Yeah, her lyrics are kind of guess the rhymey.
I didn't mind the dark at all. Kept singing to the moon. I used to move around the world in awe. Now I don't know what to do. No, I don't know, and I can't tell if I'm dead or alive.
Man, the music's great, though.
I can't tell if I'm falling behind. I can't tell if I'm dead or alive.
Anthemic chorus. Both bands arena rock music. Love that guitar.
Days dragging by, going all so slow. People,
Good melody, good vocal melodies.
I wanna rise now, I wanna go. But where's the guiding light? The night is dark, it's always darkest just before the dawn.
I'm gonna try to ignore the silly lyrics, and I'm giving this one a +1, based on the great music and a decent vocal melody.
I can't tell if I'm dead or alive. I can't tell if I'm falling behind. I can't tell if I'm gonna survive. No, I can't tell if I'm dead or alive.
I like the breakdown. Total DAD influence.
If I'm falling behind.
I guarantee you I'm not the only one that told them this is very similar to DAD.
I can't
All right, I'm giving it a +1. All right. Number 8 from Thundermother. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
You feel it. It's
time. Almost a note for note ripoff, right? Let's back it up. Are you ready?
Can you feel it? It's rock and roll. Do you feel it?
For a good time.
Can you feel it? Into your soul. Do you feel it? Come on and get a little closer.
Okay.
Are you scared it's gonna bite? Hold my hand and I will show you. Come on and hold on tight. Can you feel it? It's rock and roll. Do you feel it?
Okay. Lyrics are silly. Music's exactly like Are You Ready from AC/DC.
Do you hear the piper calling? Do you smell the sweet perfume?
Okay, those lyrics are really dumb. I'm giving it a half. I'm for the effort. All right, number 8 from Thundermother, from the Gems. Okay, where are we? Running. Okay, wait a minute. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Okay, 8. Number 8. Like a. Oh, we got Renaissance interlude. Then goes into Like a Phoenix. Okay. This is filler. This doesn't count. This doesn't make any sense. This interlude. I think this might have been the first single.
You think I don't feel the pain? You feel that I run the game? You say I'm the one to blame? You think you're one of a kind? You fear I will speak my mind? You say that I'm out of time. I've had enough. Let's light it up. I'm flowing through open doors, higher than
Yeah, this is very catchy. This is a +1. It's a big +1.
leave the edges on the ground, wingspan open wide, like a phoenix.
Girl can sing. Both girls can sing. That's a +1. All right, next, number 9 from the Gems is PSYCHO, which I think I've heard this one as well. And I think it's probably about the girl in Thundermother.
Take me out, gotta blow up steam. Get down, feeling fab and free.
What does that music sound like? That's another song. Oh, that's going to come to me. You know what I'm talking about, friends. If you're still with me on the show, you know which song I'm talking about, I think.
Walking in and who the hell do I see? Hell no, this night's for me.
Oh,
One for
Kickstart My Heart.
the
Motley
light,
Crue.
2 for the cold, 3 for the emperor's new clothes. Raise your glass for the one that shall. PSYCHO.
Motley Crue rip-off aside, I'm giving that one a +1. All right. Number 9 from Thundermother. Where are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bright Eyes.
Look into these bright eyes, they won't tell you sweet lies. We are on cloud nine, I'll be sure to you. Come on!
Come on!
A sip of bitter truth, I'll make it sweet for you, and you are gonna taste the heat. I see your darker side, don't try to hide the fire. I know exactly what you need. Yeah, this will knock you off your feet. Look into these bright eyes, they won't tell you sweet lies. We are on cloud nine, I'll be true to you. Look into these bright eyes, they won't tell you sweet lies.
Look into these bright eyes. They won't tell you sweet lies. Verging on cheesy.
You're so damn fine, I won't lie to you. Oh, no, no.
Great guitar lick. That girl's a fucking great guitar player. She might have been a bitch to me and blew me off, but she's a fucking great guitar player.
Remember, see, you've been a castaway, but it's your lucky day. A secret message just for you.
Song itself, I'm giving a half.
I'm gonna make your dreams come true. Look into these bright eyes, they won't tell you sweet lies. We are
All right, let's go to number 10 from the Gems. All right, what do we? Kiss It Goodbye. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. That sounds like something else also. Oh, Van Halen. Right? Jamie's Crying? Or yeah, Jamie's Crying.
I'm feeling myself. I'm born this way and I ain't gonna change a thing. I've been working real hard.
Real hard.
To find self-love and be proud of who I am. Yeah, if you ain't gonna miss it, then you better go kiss it.
Lyrics on the Gems are more like girl power.
Don't you try to edit or correct, just forget it. Kiss it goodbye.
Getting kicked and picking herself back up and staying strong with her female friends. Lyrics on Thundermother are more like loving guys, or her, I don't know if she's into guys or girls, I don't know, but being a more like love lyrics.
Brick and made it on my own. I'm a dreamer and I believe in myself. I'll embrace the day and I'm always on the run. Yeah, if you ain't gonna miss it, then you better go kiss it goodbye. Oh, don't you try to edit or correct, just forget it. Kiss it goodbye. Oh, baby, don't you get it? Yeah, you better go kiss it goodbye. Oh, I know you will regret it. Too bad, what a pity. Kiss it goodbye. Oh, he pushed me
All
to
right, she sings fantastic. She's got the great. She's one of the best girl singers I've. All right, that was sexist, I know. She's one of the best singers I've heard in a long time. But the song itself, I'm going to give it a half. All right, let's go to number 11 from the Gems. Force of Nature.
force of nature running wild.
What does that sound? That also sounds like a note. Still stone cold crazy.
One with you, we'll always stick together. I feel power of the ones that paved the way before us.
They had another song that sounded like Stone Cold Crazy too, didn't they?
My part to keep the torch of the legacy burning. I love, I speak, I see, I know. We're born in fire, rebels united, bound by blood and noise. We're born in fire, misfits united, one heart, one pulse. Force of nature, only one.
Girl's a ripping guitar player too. Song itself, I'm giving a half. Okay. Number 10 from Thundermother, last song on their album, American Adrenaline. Good guitar lick.
Let me take you for a ride. Come on. Now listen up. I want to rock a kid, eating up the tales about headlight on the road. And if you wanna know you got what it takes, there's a place that you gotta go.
Huh. Vocal melody similar to Stone Cold Crazy.
And when the house lights dim and the drums kick in from the mother's song,
I was dreaming I was Al Capone.
on a roll. And the crowd went wild. El Paso style. Gonna shake you to the core. America, adrenaline. Gotta get into the rhythm. Hitting it coast to coast, that's living. Give me America, adrenaline. I gotta be all in or nothing. Giving it all, keep coming back for more. You're fun, but it's down to run. Gotta make passport control.
I'm leaning towards a soft +1 on this.
We'll be kicking it coast to coast. Losing our minds at the only one side. I'm hanging out at the bar. And as the show gets tight and the rush backs out, it's a crazy ride for sure. And the crowd went wild.
The crowd went wild. Little like Ballroom Blitz.
America, adrenaline. 'Cause I gotta get into the rhythm. I'm hitting it coast to coast. That's living. Give me America.
I'm giving it a +1. Okay. Last song from the Gems, Fruits of My Labor. Introspective. Bluesy, a little bit more bluesy. Yeah, she's a John Sykes fan, I guarantee you.
I remember what they told me. You'll never find a way out. The road looks straight, but then bends. The map will trick you into dead ends. I've never seen the surface. I've been fighting from below.
going to give this one a soft +1. So let's count them up, okay?
When it comes to failure, I've been the undisputed champ.
All right. Thundermother. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 8. 8 out of 10. Now, I'm good enough with math to know that's an 80%, okay? Gems. There's 12 songs. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9 out of 12. Let me recount that. 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 9.5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9.5. What is 9.5 out of 12? Is that around 80%? Probably. I'm going to say they're both neck and neck. I'm going to give them a tie. Friends, if you have better math skills than me, what is 9.5 out of 12 versus 8.5 versus 8 out of 10? So let me rephrase. Let me say that again. What is 8 out of 10 versus 9.5 out of 12? Let me know. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. All right, friends. I hope you enjoyed this. Thundermother versus the Gems. Thank you for listening. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find me on the Twitter, RNRGeek. Find me on the Facebook, RNRGeek. Find me on the Instagram, rockandrollgeek. Don't ask. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Please keep those donations coming because without your donations, this show would die horrible, etc., etc., etc. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Oh, let's let the acoustic version go. Hold on. Let's close out with Like a Phoenix acoustic version from Thundermother. All right, now I can do the plugs again and not rush through them. Do you agree with me that these albums are neck and neck? Send me an email, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com with the subject line, Butler, you called it. You are a G. All right. Put all right in the subject line. Do you disagree with me? rockandrollgeek@gmail.com with the subject line, Butler, you are a sexist piece of shit. I am unsubscribed. How dare you? Put down that girl's lyrics. I'm sure she's a very sweet person. I don't falter. I don't write great lyrics either. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find me at rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook, RNRGeek. Find me on the Twitter, RNRGeek. Find me on the Instagram, rockandrollgeek. Don't ask. Please keep those donations coming, friends. The donations are light this month. And I'm semi-retired / unemployed. I'm almost now just a bass player trying to make a living in a podcast, or bass player / podcaster trying to make some living on Social Security. Help me out, friends. I'll talk to you very soon. I got a gig coming up this weekend. I'm playing a wedding party. I'm doing 3 songs that are totally out of my wheelhouse. I'm doing an Eddie Money song with some. I got asked to play with all these really good musicians, and I'm honored to be asked. I'm playing a Kool and the Gang song, a Jason Mraz song, and an Eddie Money song. 3 songs that are completely out of my wheelhouse. I'm doing that on Thursday. Then Friday, I'm playing a Chad Bushnell country gig. And then I'll be back up in the mountains, and I'll try to put a show together if I can have any. I need some content, friends. Please give me some show ideas. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, or post it in the Facebook group. I'll talk to you soon, friends, after this song is over. Stay frosty, and remember, stick it to the man!
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.